Asawana, Asawana. My people, how are they? I say, make we laugh today, man. It's weekend, it's Friday. Make we laugh. Asawana, Asawana. This one is coming all the way from the Twitter page, the X page of our Prime Minister, His Excellency, Mazi Ekpa, Simon Njoku. Simon don't talk, say, our PM, our Prime Minister talk, say, make we keep this in record. Keep this for the record. He's talking about ASAWANA, ASAWANA. The man who said he was selling the Igbos as slave. The man who they thank God, they boast, they bamba, say in Papa. Then they sell the Igbos as slave. The man they call Asari Dokubo. ASAWANA, ASAWANA. Today, I will keep this one as records. I will keep this records so that one day, when it don't set, people no go talk say, we no tell una. As the saying goes, you say you no know, you go know. When time don't come, you go know. You say you no know, you go know. Time don't come now. You go know. Today, make we hear ASAWANA, ASAWANA. The way in they cry. And also, after we hear them, I will give some harsh word of warning to the man they call Nonsonkwa. You see, this is the problem I have with those Biafrans who are into politics in that so-called Nigeria. Because sometimes I say give what belongs to Caesar and to God. Give what belongs to Nigeria and to Biafra. Allow the dead to bury the dead. I make those statements because sometimes when you go deeper, you go see, say, after we don't support these people, them, when they have problem with the zoo government, when they have problem with the politicians, oh my God, listen, come back here. When they have problem with the politicians, and we can't help them out, before you know it, once that problem don't solve, or once the politician don't get some money, or once they have a partnership with the politician, they'll come begin talk something else. That same mouth, when they use attack the politician, they go begin promote the politician. My people, without any much further ado, make we start this one with Asari Dokubo, where him they cry, they lament, they provoke. Then afterwards, we'll come show the one of Nonsonkwa. How now he is dancing to the tune. He is dancing to the tune of the Imo State governor, the Imo State politicians, and the rest. If you're ready, let's get there. Listen.
You take away from the statement of that rogue officer, general at the defense headquarters. Our engaging bandits so that people can be alive and go to their farms, and he called us terrorists.
Okay.
He singled me out and called me terrorist.
Okay.
Nigerians are listening and some are happy because what is happening in these places are not happening to them.
Okay.
These rogue officers must be investigated and eliminated from our military if Nigeria is to move forward. My crime is that I stand by the people and defend them and make them go back to their home, go back to their farm, that they are not kidnapped. I release them. I don't know which sector of the Nigerian army is commanding that made him a major general. But it's sad that if Nigeria has such major general, that's the problem of Nigeria. Our own is to help. And I will continue to help. What crime did I commit that a helicopter will come and fly over my houses? The houses of my fathers, my grandfathers, where my siblings were, If I had not spoken out, maybe they would have dropped because we were not expecting them. And they would have done something to my siblings and myself and those who are with me. That an unmarked helicopter can fly up and down. Nigerians should ask questions. How many places has this unmarked helicopter gone to kill people? And then a rogue major general. I don't know where he became major general. Will stand and use Nigerian platform to say a citizen of this country will be murdered. And it's acceptable in Nigeria. If he's not wearing that uniform, will he have the temerity, audacity to say he will murder?
Hold on there. At this point, my people, what you are hearing this man speak, the way he's lamenting now, if you check very well, it's like he's spewing out all the things that Nnamdi Kanu has been saying all these years against the Zoo government, against how they tagged him a terrorist, IPOB, the real IPOB, a terrorist group, and even how they came to his house in an attempt to buy him. But despite all what he was saying then, this man here, Asari Dokubo, you are seeing here, he was siding with the Zoo government. He said different things about Nnamdi Kanu. He said how he's going to catch him with his hands. He was boasting how he has spied the Biafrans. He even boasted how his papa and grandpapa, they sell us. They sell us as slaves. Now, make I break this one down, line for line, word for word, so that for those who have ears, make them hear. They say, had I known comes at last. Had I known comes at last. Let's take it back. Listen.
They took away from the statement of that rogue officer, general at the defense headquarters. Or engaging bandits so that people can be alive and go to their farm, and he called out terrorists.
Boom, hold it there. He said, when you take the notes of the so-called general on the work this man is doing, Dokubo is doing, in terms of engaging bandits, underline the word or the words, engaging bandits. And now they are tagging him terrorist. When he had to engage the bandits, not Biafrans, not the Igbos, but when he went towards that other side of the northern side of things to go do what he has been doing to us all these years, the moment Tinubu gave him a contract to go engage the bandits, because now Tinubu won't try to engage the bandits in terms of firepower and the rest of them. Now, that same military, that same government, when they thank this man all this while, suddenly they are now tagging him a terrorist. Do you get it? But when he was coming to Biafra land through his special forces to be buying us, they loved it. Nobody stopped this man. He was boasting. He carried an AK-47 live on air. The Zoo loved it. He was being boastful. In fact, he was invited to Aso Rock to sit down with Tinubu and discuss in the public. But today, now, when he's turning around to attack those, Lord have mercy, to attack those that are the real terrorists. Something Nnamdi Kanu was trying to do all this while when he told us they are coming, the headsmen, they are coming, the Fulani Cabal, they are coming with their gun, AK-47, with their cow to take over your land, to eat your crops, but they will take over your land. They are coming. When Nnamdi Kanu was saying that, you saw what they did to Nnamdi Kanu. So today now, this man can't think, say, Nigeria is sweet. He's thinking that he's above the law. He thinks they love him. He's now trying the unthinkable to go and attack the terrorists. Because the contract must go on. They know say right now, Biafra land is a no-go area. Our Biafra Liberation Army, them stand giddy bam. Nobody fit come there. The days of ASAWANA coming to our land is gone. So he has been contracted by Tinubu government to go and engage the bandits. And suddenly, the Zoo military, those that Rufai Oseni say he loves. Rufai Oseni, you say you love the military. Today, the Zoo military, because they are in bed with Boko Haram, they are in bed with ISIS, they are in bed with ISWAP, they are in bed with the Fulani killer headsmen, they are in bed. They know, they understand the assignment given to them by Usman Danfodio to Islamize Nigeria. Today, that same military, don't they call this man a terrorist? And for the first time, we are seeing Asari Dokubo, they lament. They cry now for in the public. Let's continue. Listen.
He singled me out and called me terrorist.
Hold on there. He singled him out and called him a terrorist. They singled this man out. He's in shock. Eh? Even you, Brutus, even me. I fought your enemies. I fought Nnamdi Kanu. I set him up. I blackmailed him. I killed IPOB. I killed the Igbos. Even me. Even me now. Why now? In the case of Julius Caesar. Even you, Brutus. Now he's saying, even me. Let's continue.
Nigerians are listening and some are happy. Because what is happening in these places are not happening to them.
Boom! Nigerians are listening and they are happy. Because what is happening in this place is not happening to them. Nigerians are happy. They are listening and they are happy. Because what is happening in these places is not happening to them. The same way you and the rest of the Nigerians, you were laughing at Nnamdi Kanu. When your zoo government, they went to Kenya to kidnap him. A man on holiday. When they tried to buy him in his house, where 28 men died, even his dog, Jack, was not spared. A pet, loved by the family dog, was not spared. Jack was not spared. You were all laughing. You were happy. All the tribes were laughing at us. They called us Biafra. They even begged the Buhari government to show them. This is how wicked these guys are. They were begging the Buhari government to show them the lifeless body of Nnamdi Kanu, that rogue, that criminal, the Biafra man, the fraudster. Show us his body. We declare. Show us his body, his dead body. That's how wicked those Nigerians were. Including this man here, they were laughing. Nnamdi Kanu, I will smoke you out. Nnamdi Kanu, I go smoke you. I will catch you with my hand. Koro, I will catch you. When it was Nnamdi Kanu, it was okay. This man did not condemn Nigerians for doing what they did to Nnamdi Kanu. And during that time, the Buhari government, they were just going around the whole building of Nnamdi Kanu. They were going through his house, hoping to see his body, his lifeless body. They went through 28 bodies. They couldn't find him. The clamor was there. People were shouting, we demand the body of Nnamdi Kanu. Show it to us live on air. But today, these same people now, when you see a criminal soldier died in Biafra land, they come out and say, no, we love our soldiers, so blame Simon Ekpa. Simon Ekpa, you are a devil. Simon Ekpa, Finland, bring Simon Ekpa. EU, give us Simon Ekpa. ICC, give us Simon Ekpa. He's the problem. But during that time, these same Nigerians, these same so-called people, these tribes who are saying they want freedom now, they were the same people supporting the Buhari government, begging him to show them the lifeless body, the dead body of Nnamdi Kanu. But we thank God, we are serving the living God. The God of Biafra has always given us a shoulder to lean on. the God of Biafra, promised us he will never lay upon us a load too heavy to carry. That yes, they came to the home of Nnamdi Kanu. Yes, they came to buy him. Yes, their intention was to buy him. And yes, they killed 28 men in his house. Yes, they killed his dogs. Yes, because of those things, the trauma, the parents of Nnamdi Kanu, they gave the ghost. They gave up the ghost. Because the trauma was too much. That their first son was going through a lot. But we thank God, say God spared the life of Nnamdi Kanu. But today, those who were laughing at Nnamdi Kanu, including this pig here, they were laughing at him. But today, this same man now is crying. He's looking back, telling the same people who laughed at Nnamdi Kanu with him, asking them, why are you guys laughing at me? You are laughing at us because this what is happening to us is not happening to you. It will be your turn one day. Oh. It will be your turn one day. Oh. Let's continue. Listen.
These rogue officers must be investigated and eliminated from our military.
Boom! These rogue officers. Now. Those that went rogue, those that went AWOL, absent without leave. Those that were planning in the midnight. Those that connived in the midnight. Those that came with a master stroke. Like Nicodemus in the night. This fat pig here is saying they should be eliminated from the Nigerian military. To show you his level of maturity. To show you his level of understanding. He doesn't understand the game. Say those guys who, those you call your military, you said our military. Those you call your military, they are foot soldiers for the Fulani killer headsmen. They are foot soldiers for the Fulani cabal because they know an assignment they are out to do. The moment you went astray, the moment you went astray from buying the Biafrans, you are trying to go and buy headsmen. Now the military don't put pressure on you. See your face now. You're in shock. You are in a deep shock. This life now, why? One good turn deserves another. This life now, why? Jungle don't mature now. It is time for this guy to have a taste of his own medicine. And now he's crying, he's looking helpless. He's looking confused. He's looking perplexed. He has found himself in a conundrum, Oyibo. He looks baffled. He looks troubled. He's seen himself in a catch-22 situation. If you go left, now wahala. You go right, now wahala. This man has suddenly, the moment he say, okay, I have buy the Igbos enough, time to go and buy the real enemy, the headsman. Now, he's in trouble. He is now a marked man. Suddenly, the military, they're after him. But when he was buying the Biafrans, he went to Aso Rock with Tinubu and he insulted the military. They could not say a word at him. But the moment he is now facing the real enemy. You see, this life, serve the zoo and come back in shame. You guys, you disgust me. You blame Simon Ekpa. You say Simon Ekpa is working with Tinubu, but today, Shetim and the rest of them, they are the ones going to Finland, going to Sweden to go and cajole those people in the Nordic countries to give them Simon Ekpa. But you guys still say, no, Simon Ekpa is the enemy. Simon Ekpa is working with the government. Simon Ekpa is working with the government. But you see the way the Biafra government is giving WOTO-WOTO to all the zoo soldiers in Biafra land. But you still turn around and say, no, Simon Ekpa is working with the government. That's madness. That's ludicrous to me. But today, the man you know was working with the government, the man that was in Aso Rock, he sat down and had a press conference insulting the soldiers. He said, blame them for the oil theft when it comes to oil of Biafra land. It is okay. He insulted them. The soldiers did nothing. But today now, when they don't have a contract to go and buy the headsmen, the soldiers have now told him now, say, hey, you are a wanted man. We shall come for you. Make una hear what they did to this man when he shock him. Make una hear. Listen.
Nigeria is to go forward. My crime is that I stand by the people and defend them and make them go back to their home, go back to their farm, that they are not kidnapped. I release them.
Boom. My crime is that I stand with the people, I defend them, and make sure they go back to their home and to their farms, and that they are not kidnapped. You see me, I have the memory of an elephant. I will read you in verbatim. These were the same sentiments being re-echoed by Nnamdi Kanu back then. He is here to protect the land of Biafra, to make sure our women can go back to the farm, and that they are no longer what? Being kidnapped. He introduced the ESN back then, when they were still active. Eastern Security Network, their number one assignment, their primary goal and assignment is to remain in the bushes, in the outskirts of the bushes, in the remote areas, in the thick forest, never to come out. Remain there and protect the land of Biafra. But you all knew what happened. The governors, they blackmailed him. They set him up. This is the problem. That's the moment you're about to do something nice, the zoo will come for you. And I'm glad our PM said, keep it for the records. He has told us to keep this record. Keep this video for the records. Today you are hearing Dokubo speaking in a new language. Now he's saying, oh, they after me because I'm here to protect them, to help the people, to safeguard their land so that they are not kidnapped. Who are the kidnappers? Who are those coming to steal the land? Who are those buying the people in the farms? Well, your guess is as good as mine. Let's continue.
I don't know which sector of the Nigerian army is commanding that made him a major general.
Boom! I don't even know which sector of the so-called thing is commanding that made him a major general. You don't lament in the open. If they provoke now, you don't begin to insult the man, the major general of that zoo. Because for the first time in his life, he's seeing the military go against him. And guess what? If this man ever carry gun for live for TV again, or if he's doing a video and a show in AK-47 again, they will arrest him. To show you, say, Tinubu is not in power. The moment it is about the Biafrans, no problem. Dokubo, come on. Do what you want to do, man. We are with you. Take all the funding, go and buy them. We are with you. And he was boasting. Igbo, I don't buy you now well. I don't buy you now. We could, I swear, we could buy you now, they go. We will give him now WOTO-WOTO. Nnamdi Kanu, una leader, he will not come out. I will deal with him. He was boasting then. Nobody stopped him. In carry gun, AK-47 live on air. If they show the camera, say, Sam now, when they see my gun, I go kill you. We don't kill now well. He said all that stuff. Impunity in Nigeria, nobody stopped him. They were happy. Say, hey, now hard man now. Deal with them. But today now, when him has one small contract to go and deal with the real enemy, for the first time, they are now putting all this barricade around him. He's now a wanted man. He's now being called a terrorist. Think about it, my people. Serve the zoo and return in shame. Serve the zoo and come back home in shame. Serve the zoo and come back in a body bag. Some of them, unfortunately, they could not live to tell the story. We saw them come back in body bags. Politicians who were attacking Simon Ekpa, Nnamdi Kanu, today they are no more. Serve the zoo and come back in shame. Let's continue.
But it's sad that if Nigeria have such major generals, that's the problem of Nigeria. Our own is to help. And I will continue to help. What crime did I commit that a helicopter will come and fly over my houses?
Boom! My own is to help. I will continue to help. What crime did I commit that helicopter will have to come and fly over my houses? Hi! Helicopter. Look up to the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. No. It's a helicopter. ASAWANA, what did they make that noise outside my compound? This man was shouting. Boys, what is happening outside? I they hear something. Na bed, na plane, na helicopter. They came back to him and said, go. Na helicopter. Oh. It is flying close. Oh. That's to show him, say, they know where he is. The moment you are going against the cabal, they know where you are. That's a sign. That's why you came out now to make this video. You see, they have smoked you out. They know your location, your phone, or those things. They can track you. The zoo is not your friend. The zoo is not a people you can trust. They can track you. And now, look at you now. For the first time, you are looking humbled. You are looking subdued. You are looking submissive. You don't tire. I don't tire. I don't tire. I don't tire. You don't tire. Eh? This kind of life. You don't tire for life. He's wondering how come helicopter they fly around. That's a message. They gave you a coded message. Say, bro, you are not safe. Oh. That money them give you, go pay them back. That's the meaning. If, in fact, I will not give you any advice. But if you are wise, go and refund that contract money they gave you. Because the cabal, they have told you guys in the public, in the private, say, those headsmen, they are freedom fighters. Shegumi said, headsmen, now they are freedom fighters. Continue.
The houses of my fathers, my grandfathers, where my siblings were, if I had not spoken out, maybe they would have dropped because we were not expecting them.
Boom! They flew around the houses of my father, my grandfather, my siblings. They don't mark everywhere. If I have not spoken, maybe they would have dropped. If I had not spoken, maybe they would have dropped. Now the question will say, drop waiting. What would they have dropped if this pig here has not spoken? You see, I have no sympathy for this man here. Somebody that was boasting how in Papa was selling my people. He was saying it with joy. It is sweet. And he said, if not because of Britain, when come slow them down. Because I told you, there was slavery before colonization. You guys should get it right. You will not say it in your history book. Even your journalists that love Britain and Nigeria, the name given to them by Britain, they don't know that Britain first came here for slavery. They enslaved us. When they came, we were a free people. They enslaved us. After enslavement, they later came back for colonization. So this man, in papa, in grandfather, they were still selling people as slaves. Even after slave was abolished, this idiot here and in grandfather, they were still selling people. So Britain now came back for colonization. I said, stop this slavery game now. We're now coming to subdue you in your own land. Stop selling people. So when some idiots, they're saying, oh, up Britain, they abolished slavery, they stopped slavery, they even forced America to abolish slavery. There were some great men who wrote, and Britain, is one of the pioneers to abolish slavery. You guys, you are foolish, you are stupid, you are myopic, you are senseless. And somehow you need to bring your brain out and wash your brain with black soap. Black soap, or shedudu, as they used to sell in Yoruba land. Black soap. Bring your brain out and wash the cobwebs off, because you are foolish and stupid. If you think that Britain only came to colonize you, then you are foolish, you are myopic, you are clouded, and you are blind to the truth. Because those that called you Nigeria, they first came here to enslave you. You were their slaves, you were their subjects. And when slavery went out of business, Britain came back to colonize you. Now they put their leg on the ground. Before, they were by the seaside, Niger area, Lagos. They were by the seaside, the shores of the sea. People like this, their father will now bring slaves and give them. You see, even from what we are reading now, even the Benin Kingdom self, we hear say they carry plenty slaves. Then they sell for Manila, for Cowrie, and all those things. But the moment Britain say, okay, it is time to put our leg in Africa, they came back and colonized you. So during colonization, unknown to this idiot here, his father, he was still selling the Igbos. So Britain now stopped them. So I have no sympathy for this man. Now that, they have smoked him out. Those you are in bed with, they have smoked you out because you want to touch their own. And they have smoked you out. They sent the helicopters to the home of your father, your grandfather, your siblings. Siblings means your brothers and sisters. It can't shock you. You can't shout, say, ASAWANA. Nobody help you that time, because they don't say once they drop the bomb, you don't go. They will buy you, then they will blame it on Simon Ekpa. They will blame it on the Biafrans. We know the game. But thank God this man has come out to confess what happened to him. He saw what they were about to do to him and his family. They wouldn't drop the bomb then. They just wanted to show you, say, hey, we know where you are. We know where your family tree, they live. We know your extended family, your nuclear family. Everywhere them day, we don't mark them out. Don't assume you are above the law. Don't assume you are one of the favorite sons. Yes, you changed to Islam, but you are not one of us. In a twinkle of an eye, we can take you and your whole generation down. That was the meaning of the helicopter flying through all those places. See his face. He's looking worried. He's traumatized, feeling pain, agony. He's going through an open diary, telling you in the public what he went through, his ordeal, his story. In the public. For the first time, you are seeing this man looking subdued. This life, Papa. This life, when we live so, Papa. Let's continue.
And they would have done something to my siblings and myself and those who are with me.
Yes, now. They would have. They could have. Coulda, woulda. They could have, they would have, but they did not, because that one now warning. Say, do not touch the headsmen again. That money they paid you, cancel the contract and pay them back. We know, say for Nigeria, money they switch on. Money is like drugs, but the money that Tinubu paid you. Because guys, if you remember, some few weeks ago, General Musa was saying they don't need contractors. They don't need third-party contractors. You see me? I keep records. There is no smoke without a fire. The Tinubu government, they were moving towards bringing in contractors to come in and clean out Sambisa Forest, the killer headsmen, Boko Haram, ISIS, and ISWAP. But suddenly, the military were saying they don't need contractors. An in-house squabble. But they paid this guy some money because he was an internal, stakeholder. Because sometimes stakeholders, you have the internal stakeholders and the external stakeholders. So when they were saying they don't need contractors, when General Musa was going around the whole media saying we don't need contractors, so it's a waste of money, just give us the money for training, for more ammunitions, and Rufai Yoseni was supporting him, say yes, no need for contractors. Our military, they did the job. They were the one that did the job during those days. The contractors were just there doing nothing. Rufai Yoseni, look, they call you the best in Nigeria. You see me, I only compete with the best. The zoo, they tagged you, they crowned you the best of Nigeria when it comes to journalism. You must be doing your due diligence. No smoke without a fire. That you blindly supported the military when they said they don't want contractors. I was baffled. I was thrown aback. Say, a whole of you saying, why can't you carry out critical reasoning? What does this guy mean? Since how many years they couldn't deal with it? Even their brother Buhari was there, a sympathizer for the headsmen. Still, they could not deal with it. Perhaps it is time to bring a third party. It's time to introduce an external factor, a subcontractor from a different place entirely, not from internally. No, get those to come, but because Nigeria does not want to change, your goal, your aim is to Islamize Nigeria. And somebody like Rufai, to an extent, he's got this sentiment for Nigeria. He has this love for Nigeria because if you ask him, he will tell you his father was a Muslim as well. You see me, I call it a spade. If you ask Rufai, you say now, his father was a Muslim as well. Rufai was born a Muslim. I said it. Quote me anywhere. And guess what? His father only converted to Christianity on his dying bed. Ask Rufai this thing now. Quote me anywhere. He will tell you. So to Rufai, it is not alien to hear say, oh, probably they want to Islamize Nigeria. It is not alien to him. It's not something of a shock. It means nothing to him. Because deep inside, he was born a Muslim. He grew up a Muslim until he converted to Christianity. And when you do your research, I keep telling you guys, most of the Yoruba pastors, if you do your research, they were hardcore Islamists before they converted to Christianity. Something made some of them to convert. I'm going somewhere with this. Pastor Adegboye and the rest of them, they were Muslims before they converted. Pastor Tunde Bakare, from the days of Latter-day Assembly, to his new church now, the Citadel of Christ Church or whatever he calls it. Pastor Tunde Bakare. One day I will expose what I know about him, but I expect you guys to do your research. Who is this man, Pastor Tunde Bakare? How come whenever a Fulani man wants to be president, he will come out and say, God has told me I will be president? How come? But some of you, because of poverty and hunger, you have refused to use your brain to study. Case in point, if there is a Christian president in that zoo, just for example now, this guy is a hardcore Christian, suddenly he succeeded to Christianize the whole of Nigeria. The Christians, to an extent, they will be nonchalant. Because deep inside, you believe in Jesus, you believe Jesus Christ came to die for you and your sins, and you believe everybody has to go to heaven to meet Jesus and God. So if a politician was able to change the whole of Nigeria to Christians, to the Christians to an extent, you will be nonchalant. It means you don't care the outcome. That's how the Muslims no care if they want to Islamize Nigeria. Deep inside, they don't give a damn about it. Why? Because to them, Islam is not bad. Nobody said it's bad. But there will be no shock value if what the caliphate they are doing now is a ploy to Islamize Nigeria. Those who were born Muslims, those who even converted to Christians, they will not have that shock. They will have this I don't care attitude. They will not listen to us when we say they are coming, they are coming, they are coming. Their intention is to dip the Quran in the Red Sea, to Islamize Nigeria. To them, they don't give a damn about it. Why? Because they've been there. They've done that. They've gone for their Juma every Friday. It looks peaceful. It looks holy. To pray in the mat, to bow your head to your God, to be submissive to Allah. It is a good thing. So perhaps Islamizing Nigeria is also good. You see me? I call a spade a spade. So when you see me hammering about Rufai Hussaini, because you guys crown him the best in that zone, so I expect him to use his judgment when he's making his analysis. Be fair. When a military man came there and said they don't need third-party contractors, you should have asked yourself, how come you don't need it when for how many years you've not been able to solve the problem of Boko Haram and ISIS? How come you don't need it when Sheikh Gumi, a sheikh, came and said the Boko Haram, they are their champions, they are their freedom fighters, and he was not arrested? But the Eze in Lagos State, who said, please, to the governor of Lagos State, please protect our businesses. I am begging you. We are losing billions of naira. Please, we beg, protect our businesses. He cried and cried and cried out without no avail. Nobody listened to him. On the last statement, he now said, if you will not protect our business, then perhaps I may have to call a third party, an internal third party. I may have to call in the ESN to come and protect our business. That same night, he was arrested by DSS. That same night, he was locked up. That same night, they threw away the keys. That same night, he had no bail. And for a year and counting, the Eze is still being held as a terrorist. Think about that. Make that one sink for my head. Sometimes this thing gets me annoyed. A man who was begging a governor to protect their businesses, they pay their taxes in Lagos. But no. Every night, fire here, fire there, burning down of shops, businesses were being burned down, and nothing was done. In Lagos, day in, day out, week in, week out. And when the Eze spoke, he was an advocate for the traders. When he spoke, you saw what they did to him. Till this day, he's still locked up. But Shegumi said, oh, do not buy the bandits. So when they come, just leave them alone. Don't even touch them. They will go away. When they come with their guns, don't police don't touch them. The army don't touch them. In fact, they are our freedom fighters. They are our warriors. And the military did nothing about it, because deep inside, the military know that war that is coming, that war coming from the 2nd of December, when we declare Biafra, they know that very, very soon, those men you call headsmen, they will now become their standing guard. They will come as a formation to come and fight the Biafrans. So the backup that the military are looking for, they are in those headsmen, Boko Haram, ISIS, ISWAP. So while they are standing and holding their place, holding their fort, they are waiting for that instruction. We know that from the 2nd of December, Those you call headsmen, watch the way they will begin play their own role to come to Biafra land to buy us. But we are waiting for them giddy giddy bam. We stand giddy giddy bam. They wait them. That's why I keep calling on the Yorubas. You guys must wake up and smell the coffee. Going to London is not the problem. Going to Downing Street and dropping an envelope is not the issue here, because your slave master, the puppet master, the man behind the strings, we know is Britain. The man controlling everything is Britain. The invisible hand is Britain. Yes, we know that. But going to drop a letter is not the way they will respond, with all due respect. Yes, I love what you guys did. I was happy with what you guys, you know what I mean? But we know the real enemy here. We know the real enemy. The boatman will pretend, oh, I don't know what's happening, but he's the one sending those guys. They are in your farms, they are in your forest. We are telling you guys to wake up and protect your land. But your intention was to go to London and drop a letter. Even when you drop the letter, Britain being so clever, they put one black man there. A security man, one black man to collect letter from the hand. So that in the annals of history, when you now play those pictures, 50 years from now, black man they go see. They'll say, black man, was this acted? How come the officer taking the letter was a black man? How come? Was it acted? Where is the white man there? Or is Britain black? That's the psychology. So let's get back to this man here crying now. Today he's crying. But when he was buying us, he was happy. He was living the best of life. But today now, he's crying like a baby. Let's continue. Listen.
That an unmarked helicopter can fly up and down. Nigerians should ask questions.
No, we're not. That an unmarked helicopter can fly up and down. Nigerians should ask questions. You Nigerians, ask questions now. An unmarked helicopter flying up and down, through and through all the houses of this man. Nigerians, those that call themselves Nigerians, should ask questions. God, I can go on and on. You see me? In fact, Nosonkwa, yours will be next in a different video, because there is so much to break down here. Nosonkwa, count yourself lucky for the next few hours. I may come back to revisit your own video. But let's continue.
How many places are this unmarked helicopter gone to kill people?
Listen again. Listen.
My grandfather, where my siblings were.
Listen.
If I had not spoken out, maybe they would have dropped, because we were not expecting them.
Okay.
And they would have done something to my siblings and myself and those who are with me.
Okay.
That an unmarked helicopter can fly up and down. Nigerians should ask questions.
Okay.
How many places are this unmarked helicopter gone to kill people?
Okay.
And then a rogue major general, I don't know where he became major general,
okay,
will stand and use Nigerian platform to say a citizen of this country will be murdered.
Boom! When the helicopter has been going through and through, you Nigerians, you that believe in one Nigeria, you that say you love your military, should ask questions. Because you guys don't know where those helicopters has gone to buy people. Case in point, you see all those places they say people are doing illegal, oil, whatever they are doing there. Oil bunkering. If you see, they throw bombs there and they buy everybody there. Some notable houses in Biafra land, every day they are dropping bombs in Biafra land. I repeat, every day the Nigerian Zoo military, they drop bombs in Biafra land. But when they are doing that, this man didn't come and say, oh, it's unfair. He said, no, buy them. We shall smoke them out. That was his language. When it's about us, it is buy them, we shall smoke them out. But today now, things don't turn around to him now. And now he's now saying, you Nigerians should ask questions. This military man, where did he come from? Where did he even get his own so-called general staff from? That he will come and say he will murder somebody. Now he's speaking from a state of vulnerability. He is now vulnerable. He is looking for public sympathy. He is looking for the people to have the goodwill towards him and speak on his behalf. You see, when the might of the state is upon you, that's that time you know say life no dey fair. All this while, Nnamdi Kanu was going through hell. You were laughing at him. Simon Ekpa was going through his own. They were attacking him. They paid money to everybody. They put a bounty on the head of Simon Ekpa. You were there smiling, insulting Simon Ekpa. They put a bounty on the head of Simon Ekpa. Do you know what that means? Do you know some people in Europe, they don't have documents? It means they cannot work. They cannot make a living. When they hear about a bounty, they are ready to take the risk to buy somebody just to get at that bounty in Europe. And you guys, because you know deep inside, there might be some stray dogs out there that need the money. So you allow the government to put the bounty on the head of Nnamdi Kanu. You allow the government, even Ohanaeze, to put the bounty on the head of Simon Ekpa. In the case of Nnamdi Kanu, when they put the bounty on his head, you saw those around him. They got greedy. They became selfish. And like Judas Iscariot, they betrayed our leader Nnamdi Kanu for $9 million. $9 million. But unfortunately, their own, they say, we shall stop this Biafra thing. We will give you Nnamdi Kanu, and by proxy, we will stop this Biafra nonsense. Because to them, they thought because they were the head of DOS and they have an instrument called command and control. To command somebody and to control some person, it means that person becomes your slave. That person becomes a servitude around you. That person is a tool for you to use at your own pleasure. If you have the power of command and control. Nnamdi Kanu, God, Oyendo, I'm so sorry. Oyendo, I'm so sorry. You were the only one that was supposed to have such power. Because we called you Ohamadike, we loved you, we gave you the power that you have dominion over us. We called you our God, our Chi. We loved you so much that we gave you the power. Whatever you say, we shall do. You tell us to run, we will say how far. You say jump, we will say how high. But unfortunately, Oyendu, you allow those around you to cajole you, to make them, to bring it as a framework, a policy of command and control, which means others outside of you now have the power of command and control. Oyendo, that was where the mistake was made. Because the moment that power could be transferred to somebody else apart from you, it means the DOS. The real head behind DOS, we know it is Chinasa Nworu. Chick Edoziem is a cool guy. He's just on a low key, trying his best, doing what it. But we know the brain behind the DOS right now is Chinasa Nworu. Oyendu, the moment command and control fell upon their hands, they knew it was okay to sell you, to betray you, to sabotage you. And once you are being caught by Nigerian government, they now have the power of command and control. So if they tell the Biafrans to sit down and do nothing until you come out from prison, they will do it. The Biafrans will do it. Which means the caliphate They will just be slowing your court case down, as they've been doing anyway. But thank God, in this case, we have a disciple who went against their so-called command and control. A man in the name of Simon Ekpa who said, I don't believe in this your so-called command and control because I'm not a slave. Only a slave will obey their master at all times. In your Bible, it says, slave, obey your master. Command and control is like, it is synonymous, Oyibo. It is a close substitute to slave obeying their master, because you have the command and the control. You can command the people and you can control them. That power should only be envisaged upon Oyendumas Nnamdi Kanu. But because you're a very good man, Nnamdi Kanu, you decided to share that power with the members of the DOS. So now, when they now sold you out, to the enemies, they then came and said, okay, we are the DOS. We have the power of the command and control. And Oyendu, the first assignment you gave, they disobeyed it. Because they have the power and command of command and control. Even Onsoji, who was a fireman, a firebrand, he swears with pepper. When he talks, he put pepper in his mouth, alligator pepper. He will swear with the oath and do it with pepper. Things were happening, but when they used command and control to cajole him, he became like a caged dog. He became like a dog backing in the cage. He looked like a toothless lion. He became weak because command and control caught him. He went against his friend Simon Ekpa, a guy he has shared a platform with. Usoji man shared platform with Simon Ekpa. But when Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped, because the DOS, they have the power of command and control, they told him to go against Simon Ekpa, and he had to obey because he believed in the principles of command and control, not understanding that that power should only lay in the hands of one man. And that one man is Nnamdi Kanu. Because to me, if Nnamdi Kanu is out now, whatever he says, we will obey because we believe in him. He's got the power and control. The command and control. He's got that. But the mistake he made was to give criminals and idiots hiding in Kuwait that cannot work. He has no job in Kuwait. A jobless man was given the power of command and control. And today, our leader Nnamdi Kanu is still languishing in the DSS, dungeon. His only saving grace, God is wonderful. The only saving grace of Nnamdi Kanu is that of all his disciples, there was one who was peculiar, who was unique, who promised him a lot, who went against the grain. When people were telling Simon Ekpa, just obey the DOS and the problem will be solved, Simon Ekpa, just bow down, give them your platform, go and swear an oath, give them your password to your platform and they will love you. Simon said no. During that time, nobody knew why. But today, the only saving grace of Nnamdi Kanu is Simon Ekpa. Think about that. If you doubt me, from 2021, I believe in the month of June till now, what has the so-called command and control people do? What have they done? The DOS, what have they done? The IPOB Nigeria Limited, what have they done for Nnamdi Kanu? Nothing. All they have done is attack Simon Ekpa, not even those that went to kidnap Nnamdi Kanu. No! All they've done was attack Simon Ekpa. All they have done was attack Simon Ekpa. Because that's their contract of 9 million. There was a clause there. Yes, give us a Nnamdi Kanu, but it must end the agitation of Biafra. So that's where they are failing. That mistake, that clause there say, We will pay you, but make sure say he end this thing called Biafra. So Simon Ekpa has gone his own way, and the people has followed Simon Ekpa. That is the problem. That is why since 2021, the month of June, those they call the IPOB Nigeria Limited, the DOS, they have left Buhari, they have left Tinubu, they have even forgiven the military that were buying us. No, they forgive them. Even the politicians that proscribe IPOB, they have forgiven them. They are working with them now, hand in hand, pari pasao. They are doing things, collaborating, partnering with them in an attempt to keep Nnamdi Kanu in detention and to stop Simon Ekpa. Which is why right now we are working with America, and guess what? They are attacking the Americans. Biafrans, Simon Ekpa, the Biafra Republic government. We now have the best lobby team from America. Jim Moran, a maverick, a congressman who worked for 25 years in the Congress. During those days, as a young boy, in my, early 16, 17, 18, 19 years, when I hear John McCain, I hear about Jim Moran. John McCain being a maverick. I hear about Jim Moran doing it for the people. During those days, you see me, I have studied wide. There was a time my TV was CNN. In the morning, we go watch CNN till night. News. I have studied. I have read wide. I have read vast. I know about John McCain in his heydays when he was always arguing with Jim Moran in the Congress. They've both spent a long time in the Congress. John McCain was kidnapped, or he was caught during the war, and he escaped. Even though he gave some secrets to the enemy, because he would have been killed in action. He was caught by the enemy. He became a prisoner of war, but he escaped. He was freed. And then he joined the Congress in America. And during those days, when they are arguing in Congress, you will see John McCain, the young John McCain, and next to him, you will see the guy they call Jim Moran, the man who is now part of the lobby team of Simon Ekpa. So when I say Simon Ekpa is designed, this thing he's doing, now God now give her this thing. Today, John McCain is dead, but we still have Jim Moran, a maverick, a champion for the people. When Jim Moran speaks, America, they listen. You see, you guys have to study, do your research sometime. When you see me speaking here, you guys don't understand why I don't even show my face. But that time is coming. Very, very soon, you will see the face of the lion. I digress. In this case of this guy, I think I won't speak on it anymore. All I want to tell you guys is Simon Ekpa told us to keep this video for records. Today, Asari Dokubo is now crying, lamenting. He's in panic. He's speaking out in public. Today. Keep this in your records. Because this same man was the person who went against everything we did, everything we stood for. But today he's crying the same tears as Nnamdi Kanu did. I rest my case. For those who have ears, let them hear. For those who have ears, let them hear. You guys know deep inside, this guy, he's speaking the truth. I'm not here to be a star person, to be a media. I'm not even a media man. I'm not trained to do what I'm doing. But I know I owe this to the Biafran people. I owe this to my people to come out and speak the truth. And when we get this Biafra, I'll be gone like the wind. You won't see me anymore. You won't hear from me anymore. I'll be gone like the wind to live a normal lifestyle. That's me. In your Bible, you hear, oh, the angels are real, but this is the way angels they operate. You will not see them, but they are there. And once their job is done, they go away. So I'm here to obey the clarion call of our Prime Minister, a man I love so much, a man who reminds me of me, a reflection of me. And if Simon Ekpa can do this, then who am I to just shy away and watch from a distance, smile and cower? Most of you are out there. This media thing, you can do it even far better than us. You are trained in the media field, but you are scared to come out to speak on behalf of Biafra. The land is calling you. The mother is calling you. Mama Biafra is calling you. You can do this far better. You can support us far better, but you refuse to support the movement. You are there in the Western world, enjoying the best of life. And you are trying to position yourself. Say, okay, these boys, once they get the Biafra, I will come and become a doctor. I will come and become a lawyer. I will open a bank. You are thinking from the selfish perspective of things. When it's done, that's when you want to come out. But none of the 100 men, they are doing what they have to do. You are part of those to come out, but you refuse to come out to help. You allow Simon Ekpa to go through what he's going through by himself and his government. Every weekend, we are asking for funding, and you guys have the source. Oh my God, you have the means to help us, but you refuse. You refuse. You take all the money I give to your pastor. You are paying tithe, 10% tithe to a pastor. You call him a man of God. But till this day, the so-called man of God cannot pray to God to stop the hardship happening in Nigeria, the poverty happening in that so-called Nigeria, the criminals ruling Nigeria. Your pastor cannot pray for God to bring them down and bring people that are upright. No. In fact, today they have come with a new scheme telling you to increase your percentage of tithes. Don't pay 10% tithe anymore. Pay 90% tithe. God, you guys disgust me, man. Una shame, they shame me. Una shame, they shame me. Very, very shameful and sad that you allow a young man in Finland to carry all this weight on his shoulder. One man in Finland doing the unthinkable. Doing the unthinkable. One man in Finland. A very small country. I've been to Sweden, I've been to Norway, I've been to Denmark, I've been in Finland, but I've not lived in Finland. The Scandinavian countries, I know how things are there. But we thank God that Finland, they have stood firm for Simon Ekpa. Because they came with all the carrot and sticks approach. They were being cajoled. They promised them heaven and earth. They promised them business. They promised them raw materials. They promised them oil, crude oil. What do you want? It is yours. All we need is the head of Simon Ekpa. Bring him to us. What's his status? Does he have a Finnish passport, or is he still using a Nigerian passport? Okay, can you just check your files? Does he have a valid Nigerian passport? If so, then bring him to us. You guys don't understand why you saw Simon destroy his Nigerian passport live on air. Some of you don't understand what that means. You don't. In fact, let me not go deeper. You guys are not ready. You guys don't respect us. You watch our videos and you just move away. You think we are here to play games? Eh? You think what we are doing here is tales by moonlight? People have died for this struggle. People have lost their life for this struggle. And you are there. You have the means to support the movement. Even to share the video, you won't even share the video. You just watch. You are enjoying your chicken and chips. It is winter. Oh, I'm in Europe. Oh, it is winter. You're having fun. The snow is falling. You do a video of the snow, playing in the snow. And you send it to those in the zoo to watch you enjoying in the snow. You forget where you are enjoying. Those men, they had to fight. Finland, that Simon is, they had to fight against Russia. If you are in USA, the Americans had to fight against Britain. They came with the slogan, give me liberty or give me death. Give me liberty or give me death. But when someone can say it is Biafra or nothing else, you say, hey, this boy, you want to bring some problems. He's a madman. Make another think of this life. Rethink. Change your ways. Repent from your ways. If you know you can help the Biafra government, please do. Because we've got less than 2 months now to declare Biafra. Our Prime Minister has less than 2 months. Him and his cabinet, all the lobby team, I know, even from the job I'm doing, every day you are having business meetings, every day. Your schedule is crazy. When you look at your schedule, you can't even plan in meetings because everything is choked. Appointments, meetings everywhere. They need your support. They need your funding. Support this man. Support our Prime Minister. It's not easy. Those that made it to hate Nnamdi Kanu, today they are crying about the same thing that made Nnamdi Kanu to fight for his people. Dokubo today, now, look at what he's saying. But yesterday, he was in bed with the government. Hey! I rest my case. For those who have ears, let them hear. For those who have ears, let them hear. From me, from here, for now, I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. I remain yours truly, Biafra, Superstars Media. God bless you.
Yeah, check me out, Superstars Media. Lord Lugard, Bloomington, Lord Lugard, and it's why Flora show. 1914 amalgamation is what we dying for. 3 nations to 1 nation, ever since annihilation. Nepotism is nonsense. You and you, clap your hands. Biafra gonna come, clap your hands. Biafra, WOTO-WOTO, we're free now. Freedom is gonna come, we're free now. Yeah.